Hi friends, in this video we have to learn about file handling in Python. So what is the file handling? File handling means reading data from a file and writing data into the file using a Python programs. Instead of storing data only in a variables, that is means a temporary file allows you to the store data permanently and read data later. Share data between the programs. Basic steps of a file handling. Every file operation in a Python follows the three simple steps. First is open the file, and second is the perform operation, that is the read, write and append. After that you have to close the file. So right, in opening a file, Python uses the built-in function open. So by using open function we can open the file. You can see the syntax: file object, open, file name, and this is the mode. Here an example you can see: f equals to open function, and in that function in double quotes we have passed the data.txt file, and this is the mode. Read mode. R means read mode. Here you can see the all modes of a file. R means read the file, and file must be exist, then we can use the R mode. So write W is a write mode. So write mode will create a new file or overrides the existing file. And A means appends the data at the end, and X means create a file, and either if file is same name exists, then this will give. And R plus means read and write operation. So reading from a file, read entire file. For entire file reading you can use just like a file open function, and in that we can use data.txt. This is a file name, suppose txt, and R mode, and content equals to f.read. So read function is used to entire file, and just print content and f.close. So let's see this example in our VS Code. Suppose just create one file, that is suppose main.py. So what is the syntax of a file handling? F equals to open a function, in bracket in double quote just pass the name, file name. So we have this data.txt file. So data.txt file, and we have to read the data from this file, just like I am giving R mode and just creating one variable, so I can read the data. Content is equals to f dot read function is used to enter the data of a file, and just print this data, so we can read the file, right? And we have to close also file, f dot close, because after we open we need to close the file, because after we read all the files, just like a normal when we open any file and then we close, that's like we have to close the file. Just run this file. You can see this is the text of a in this file. You can see, because we can read the data of a file by using programs. We have not opened this directly file, just we have run this file, and we have written this code for reading the data, and we can read the data from any file. Just you have to get f equals to open function, in that just pass the file name, and this is a mode. R mode means read mode, and f dot read is the functions, and print content, and after that you have to close the file. So this is about reading the entire file, just like read line by line. Suppose if you want to read line by line, then you can use read line function as well. This is same syntax. You can say data.txt r print f dot read lines and f dot close, and read all lines as a list. Then you can use the read lines, just yes, and just close the file. You can see, just we can read this all this text data as a list. Just I'm commenting this, or just create a one another file, just like uh, read all lines dot py. Here you can see f dot f is equals to function is a open, right? In bracket, just you have to give the file name, that is data.txt, and comma, just you have to give mode, that is the read mode, and just in content variable you can pass the functions, that is the f dot read lines. So we can read this data as a list. You can see, just print, and you have to close as well, print f dot close. Now run and check. So you can see this is we are printing as a list. See, this is a list, right? And after that comma, next line, and next line, and comma. So we can print the data as a list as well. Now we have to see the writing to a file. Suppose we have to write some data into the file, just like a f dot write hello python overrides the old content, means we can override all the contents by using this writing mode. So let's see this example. F equals to open, same file we will open, and just mode is a w, means write mode, and f dot write hello python, and f dot close override old contents. So let's see write mode, right? We are trying to write the file, so just write mode dot py. How to write the file? Just like f equals to open file, open in bracket, just give file name data dot txt, and now in that time we are writing the data, right? So w is a writing mode. Now just we have to write just like a directly we can write f dot write function, in there just pass the hello python. Now you can see in data.txt this all the data, and after the write this will replace all the data, so overwrite all the data. So you can see, just close this file first, and now run the data. First of all, now we have run this program, you can't see any output. Why? Because you have to see the output on data.txt file. So just open data, you can see hello Python. Why? Because in write mode we have written a hello Python. So this will override the data. Now we don't have this data, complete text, because we have overwritten the data. You can see already here overrides the old content. So we have seen read the data, write the data. Now we have to see append the data, appending to a file. This is the same file, just we are trying to append means we are adding the data at the end. So let's create another file, append.py, right? So f equals to open a function in bracket, just open a data.txt. You can open any type of file. So now we are appending the file, right? Means we are adding the content at the end. So already in data.txt you can see hello Python is already there. So now just check. For appending also have a write function, f.write. f.write, and in that we can write just like a /n, and you can see learning file handling, learning file handling. So what will be the output? So output will be the hello. Here you can see hello Python, and after that there is a learning file handling. So now let's see f.close, and now run the file. So nothing in terminal, you can see, you have to see in directly data.txt. So you can see learning of file handling. So by using append function or append mode, you can append the data at the end of file. So closing a file, always close files to the free memory, avoid data loss. That's why we need to always close file, that is f.close function. Best practice with statement, automatically close the file, because normally we have to close the file always, but when we use with keyword, so no need to close the file forcefully. This automatically close the file. What is the syntax of the with statement? You can see with open data.txt and same r as a f and print f.read. So here you can see no need to call a close function. So with statement is very useful. So just create one file for a with statement, just with file dot py. Now just create or open our file open data.txt. You can open any types of a file, and in that just pass the read mode. But here you can see the difference, because we need to use a with keyword. So before open, just you have to use a with keyword. So you have to cut this and just write a with statement. and as a ef and just give, and now you can print f dot read. Here you can see we are not closing the file here because by using with keyword no need to call the close function, so you can directly run the file. You can see in terminal hello python. So with by using with keyword we can apply the same actions and performs the same operations by using a just like a read operation, write operations. Just you have to use the with keyword with open data.txt or as a f, means f is a variable, and just use this read function, read lines and other all functions to perform the operation. Here only the difference between this normal file handling and this is a with keyword use, so no need to call the close functions. So common errors in a file handling, you can see these types of error may occur just like a file not found error when the file does not exist. Permission error, suppose some files there is no read write permissions, so then these types of error can occur. Input output error, read file use cases, reading the student record, just like when you want to read the student record, login application data, saving user inputs, handling CSV text file. So for these types of operation we can perform in a file handling. So this is very important to understand the file handling in a Python. So because by using program we are performing the operations, not by directly on a user interface, by using a program, and in that by using a with keyword no need to call the close function. So in within two lines we can read write append the data, so without closing the files. This will automatically close the data. So that's all about the file handling. Just you can open any file using a Python program. That's all about file handling. Thank you so much for